Tonight, when the moon is bright and full and the coyote runs with his long tail, thin-snouting the dirt, and the leaf-nosed bat snorts deep in the mines, and the Joshua tree hangs his big heavy head, a dirty little man will dance in the desert. His beard will be long and his skin will be bare, and he'll hum in his throat like the California tree frog. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. That was an excerpt from my short story, Nancy, which you can read for free at the link below. Over the last year or so, I've spent most of my time screenwriting. But recently I was going through my hard drive, and I found myself rereading old short stories. And that got me worrying about muscle atrophy. You know, the thought that if I'm not flexing all of my creative outlets evenly, I might get rusty. Or worst of all, I might forget how to write a certain style completely. Now, this is an unrealistic fear, and one which is characteristic of my anxious disposition, but it's not entirely unfounded either. After all, my muscle memory wants me to type a scene heading at the top of every blank page I see. I'm afraid I've been neglecting one love by indulging the other. This fear has, in many ways, brought me back to basics. Rhythm is everything to me in my writing. Rhythm is number one. Whether it be screenplay dialogue, a short story, or one of my longer projects, the rhythm of the language, the syllable count, the stresses and the rests, it's all of the utmost importance. I do this for clarity, but also for another inexplicable reason. It just feels right. C.S. Lewis's advice was to write and read with the ear, not the eye. You should hear every sentence you write as if it was being read aloud or spoke. If it does not sound nice, try again. Most anthropologists agree the written word is merely a descriptive tool used to give shape to language's natural state, being spoken. We spoke long before we wrote. That's why I try to read all my writing out loud, so to speak, even in my head. Under my breath, alone at my desk, mouthing the words, hearing them. I study the difference between right and almost right. In the words of Mark Twain, the difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. I think part of this preoccupation with rhythm comes from my love of Shakespeare. I've studied Shakespeare's works since childhood, memorizing passages, acting out scenes. My earliest understanding of dramatic structure came from Shakespeare. The truth is, I always approach dialogue as poetry. The structure of the language can be a tool to give dramatic insight into character just as much as a physical description of an action or a line. The subtext can be buried in the arrangement of the words as much as it can be obfuscated within the subject matter of the conversation. I'm flexing my short story muscles again. And to a certain extent, I was wrong. Jumping back into a form you haven't written in a while isn't quite like riding a bike, but it's not exactly at risk of atrophy either. In fact, I think my time away has given me a new outlook. Perspective, which is always a good thing to have while writing. Sometimes you just need to step away. You can read Nancy on my blog and subscribe to my newsletter for weekly writing. Like all artists, the work isn't done until it's out of my hands. And for that reason, I hope you'll finish it for me by reading it. Take back your attention, and I'll see you next week.